Everyone thinks the Logitech K380 is just a cute little travel keyboard you toss in your bag and forget about. But here is the thing. After actually living with it in 2025, it might be either the smartest under 50 desk upgrade you can make, or a daily annoyance you do not see coming. I have been testing this thing across 3 devices, 8 to 10 hours a day, for several weeks editing scripts, answering emails, and even doing light gaming. And what I found goes completely against the usual TikTok hype. On paper, it is compact, multi-device, and lasts up to 2 years on a pair of AAA batteries. Sounds perfect, right? But the reality is a lot more nuanced, and there is one specific type of user who absolutely should not buy this. Before we dive into what I discovered day to day, quick heads up. If you are already half convinced and just want to check the current best price, I dropped my affiliate link down in the description. But stick around, because what I found might save you from picking the wrong keyboard entirely. So, why did I even pick up the K380 in 2025 when there are way fancier keyboards out there? Look, I was done with 3 things. Loud mechanical keyboards on Zoom calls, my laptop keyboard roasting my wrists, and juggling multiple devices like some kind of circus act. My setup is a Windows laptop, an iPad, and an Android phone that I use for quick replies. I wanted one keyboard that could bounce between all 3 without a mess of dongles or receivers. I had already tried a cheap folding Bluetooth keyboard that felt like typing on wet cardboard. I tried an Apple Magic Keyboard clone that dropped connection every other day. Honestly, I was skeptical anything this small and this affordable could pull off real, everyday typing comfort. But my desk space was shrinking, my patience was gone, and everyone kept saying the K380 was the minimalist dream board. So I decided to put it to a proper, brutal test. First test, serious typing sessions. I am talking 3 to 4 hours straight, drafting scripts and emails. The K380 uses low-profile scissor switches, and I expected them to feel mushy. But after a day or 2 of adjustment to the round keys, something interesting happened. My typing speed basically matched my laptop keyboard, and my error rate dropped once my fingers got used to the key spacing. The keys are surprisingly stable, and the sound is a soft, muted thunk perfect if you work in a shared space or take calls. But then the first compromise showed up. There is no backlight. At all. Late-night typing with just your monitor glow. You will be hunting for keys until muscle memory fully kicks in. Second test. Multi-device chaos. Logitech advertises easy switching between 3 devices using the yellow function keys at the top. I paired it with Windows, my iPad, and my Android phone over Bluetooth. Pairing took under a minute per device, and switching is basically instant, about a second. No noticeable lag when swapping. This is where the K380 really shines. Answering a message on your phone, jumping back to your laptop, then typing notes on your tablet feels almost seamless. But then, another catch. Because it is pure Bluetooth, there is no USB dongle included. If your desktop has flaky Bluetooth or none at all, you will need a separate adapter. Third test, portability and build. The K380 is light enough at around 420 grams to throw in a backpack, but dense enough that it does not feel like a toy. The plastic has a matte finish that hides fingerprints, and the chassis barely flexes when you twist it. I have tossed it in a bag without a sleeve, and it has held up fine. But here is where it gets interesting. The compact layout that makes it so portable also means there is no dedicated numpad, and the arrow keys are tiny. If you live in spreadsheets, coding, or heavy text navigation with home, end, page up, page down, you are going to feel cramped. Fourth test, latency and gaming. This is not marketed as a gaming keyboard, but I wanted to see if you could casually play something like Fortnite or Valorant. For light, slower games and general use, the input delay is totally fine. But in fast-paced shooters, you will notice a slight lag compared to a wired or 2.4 GHz gaming keyboard. It is playable but not optimal. If gaming is a priority, the K380 should not be your main board. Now for the battery life test. Logitech claims up to 2 years on 2 AAA batteries. Obviously, I have not hit 2 years yet, but after several weeks of daily use and leaving it on, the battery indicator has not budged. No annoying auto-off cutting in while I am thinking, and waking it up from sleep takes a quick key press with almost no delay. Here is the most surprising discovery from all this. In 2025, with new flashy keyboards everywhere, the K380 still feels weirdly future-proof for everyday productivity, as long as you understand its limits. I put in dozens of hours across different devices and environments, and it consistently delivered that sweet spot of quiet, comfortable typing and frictionless multi-device control. Compared to something like the Logitech MX Keys Mini, you are losing backlighting and some premium feel, but you are also saving a big chunk of money. Versus the Apple Magic Keyboard, you sacrifice a bit of sleekness, but you gain better cross-platform support and insane battery life for a much lower price. Is it too good to be true at this price? Not really. The compromises are real. No backlight, no rechargeable battery, compact layout that is not ideal for programmers or spreadsheet warriors. And it is not the keyboard for competitive gaming. But if you mostly write, browse, study, or work remotely, and you want one keyboard that talks to everything you own, the value per dollar is honestly hard to beat. Now that you know where the K380 really shines and where it falls flat, the next step is simple. If it fits your use case, grab it while the price is still in that sweet spot. It goes on sale a lot and certain colors sell out fast, so check the link in the description for the best current deal. Bottom line, the Logitech K380 is absolutely worth the investment in 2025 for students, remote workers, writers, and anyone juggling a laptop, tablet, and phone who values quiet keys and portability over flashy features. If you are a programmer who lives on function keys, a spreadsheet power user, or a competitive gamer, this should be your secondary board, not your main one. For everyone else, this unassuming little keyboard might be the most boring-looking upgrade that makes the biggest difference to your daily workflow. In other words, it is not perfect, but for the right person, it is perfectly enough.